This part right here is the spinal cord.
Just that last inch or so?
Yeah, it's cut off right here, but that's what's left of the spinal cord. This portion of, now we're into the brainstem. I know brainstem's not on your list.
Do we need to be on our list? Brainstem?
No, it's not on your list, but now we're part of the brain. So this portion that's just right here is the medulla oblongata.
Who's gonna set their video?
It's directly underneath this structure, which is what? What is that?
Cerebellum.
Cerebellum. Right. Cerebellum looks like a bush when it's cut in half. So the part underneath the cerebellum is the medulla. It swells up a little bit right here and kind of curves. That's the pons. So this region right here is the pons. Okay. There, that's better. Pons is right there. Let me look at somebody's list. Okay, the cerebrum is all of this. This big, thick surface area, all this. Cerebrum. So again, this is cerebellum. Notice under cerebellum it says arbor vitae and folia. Because this looks like a bush, the branches, which are kind of white, are the arbor vitae. And then the brown areas that look like leaves of a bush are the folia. So the white is the arbor vitae, the brown is the folia. Okay. This structure right here that I'm outlining is the corpus callosum. Corpus callosum. Okay. You see it? That separates the cerebrum from the stuff underneath it. This space right here, see it? This space right here, that's one of the two lateral ventricles. So they put a pin here and say name the space. You say lateral ventricle. Okay, speaking of ventricles, this space right here between the cerebellum and the medulla
That's the floor.
is the fourth ventricle. The third we're skipping. You can cross it off your list. Actually, I already did for you. So, corpus callosum. The thalamus is kind of chewed up. It looks like a circle here. But it's this circular region right here. Thalamus. Notice its proximity to the corpus callosum. It's right underneath it. A lot of these structures are small, and you're using proximity to other things to identify them. Okay? This structure right here, which some of you might not have this on yours, because when you cut the brain in half, it's so small that usually it goes to one half or the other. So half the brains that are cut in half should be missing it. That's the pineal gland. Okay. Let me identify a couple other structures and we'll come back to it in a second. This structure right here is the superior colliculus. Right underneath it, it's more whitish, is the inferior colliculus. Okay. So now notice the proximity of the pineal gland situated between the superior colliculus and the corpus callosum. So you're using proximity of things to other things. The hypothalamus is very indistinct, and there's really nothing to point at other than knowing this is the thalamus. Hypo means below, so the hypothalamus is directly below it. It's not any prominent feature or any structure that you're going to recognize. So this is one you definitely have to recognize by its proximity to other things, including this structure, which is not on the brain part, but if you go down to the nerves, nerve number 2, optic, that's your optic nerve right there. Cool. The pituitary gland is missing from this brain. It's missing from most of the brains, but it would be hanging off of the bottom of the brain right here. The pituitary would be right here, connected to the hypothalamus, which is right here. Pituitary missing from there. everything. Right? Everything I see on the list I've covered.